And then there was also, growing up in Victoria, there were some ditches where it naturally grew watercress, like blackberries that grow, it's free. So you cut up watercress, you take it home. My mom fried in the vegetables or put it in soup, watercress soup. It was free food, you know. When you're living a frugal life and you're trying to save money, gee, I remember those things now. Gosh, all these memories come back when I realize what we did when we were growing up. Here, sir. The struggles certainly were there financially. My mother, because she was an immigrant, didn't speak the language when she first arrived and so couldn't get a job. She ended up working in the kitchens of restaurants and of course at minimum wage at the time, and found still ways to save that money, and showed me and reminded me how important it was to earn a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a dollar. And if you could save any part of that, you put some of it aside because you never know when that rainy day comes along.
She started out at work with my dad's retail store on Government Street when she was in, I think, junior high, very young. My dad had sort of a Oriental gift shop called the Orient. Oh, she's a hard worker, very honest, very sincere.
I know I was always really comfortable, you know, playing with numbers in that, you know, adding them up, making sure they were correct and accurate. You know, when I used to go to the store with my mom, making sure that we got the right change back, those kinds of things. So counting and numbers actually came very easily to me. We knew that we had to manage very fiscally, and I think at the end, making a decision to become an accountant helped with that. Made me realize that I could not only help myself, but perhaps help others. And becoming an accountant gave me the ability to help people who did have trouble balancing their own checkbook, managing their own finances.
She really is a phenomenal thinker. She's just got such a mind for information, and her memory is absolutely incredible. Don't ever say anything you don't want her to remember.
You know, she's been around politics for a long time. She was a Saanich councillor in the early 90s, and then was elected as an opposition MLA in 96, and then was an MLA and a cabinet minister, so she has a lot of experience. And she meets with all kinds of people in the community, just, you know, regular person who has a concern about something the province is doing. Everyone. She meets with everyone, knows everyone, has a lot of wisdom to impart.
Well, in Victoria Chinese community, you know, I think I can speak on behalf of our group here. She has actively involved in some of the major events, such as each year we have a New Year parade, a celebration, and she also participates in various organizations within our CCBH, such as Hallsor, and she's very hardworking. That's probably the best way to say it. Although she's a very busy lady, especially when she had been minister for, I believe, over 10 years, she always make available for our Chinese community.
The years I spent in public office, people will say that I was hardworking, going to all the events that I possibly could fit in a day, and not just going to events, asking if they needed me to help and volunteer, whether it was serving coffee, serving dinners, whether it was helping cleaning up. If I had the time in the day, I absolutely believed I needed to commit to that. And going to community events wasn't about showing up. For me, it was about learning about that particular organization. The reasons why I felt that it was important for someone in public life to go to these events was because it was far more worthwhile to learn about it hands-on. So I believe in community service. I believe in offering myself to the public and providing valuable service. It's one of the reasons why it is so important, and one of the reasons why I want to go back and give as much as I can.
Ida has been a resident in this area for a long time. I know that I love Victoria. I'm pretty sure she loves Victoria. We spent a lot of time in the Victoria area doing events and working together. Well, I think she would be a good leader. She would be able to bring together people and their opinions and still at the same time look after the residents of the Victoria area.
She knows this community unbelievably well, the entire Greater Victoria area. Just she's lived here her entire life, and she's got a very good memory and spent a lot of time in the community at large and just knows it incredibly well.
The capital city of the province of British Columbia, there's only one capital, it's Victoria. We should be the best that we can be, and people should talk about Victoria as the capital city, as opposed to, you know, a city that's underachieving, a city that doesn't reach its potential. It's not a small one industry town where when that industry leaves, we are all closing up our storefronts, yet I see storefronts closed up. So it is a shame, it is shocking at times, and I wonder about the families that own those businesses, what they had to endure before they made that really difficult decision to close up, and whether or not we're going to see that area revitalized. That's what's needed in this town.